All right, guys, we are here. It's the lower bracket match here in the playoffs. Hero on the bottom side, and he's proxy gating against Zerg. Who in the hell would do this? Only Hero, because he is a mad lad. Solar in the top right side as well. These players, of course, wanted to play. They've been here waiting for over an hour, but they should have known that this game would not start on time because they had Serral versus Maru to get out of the way before they played. Of course, the winner of this match will progress through and play the loser of that Serral Maru match. I'm not going to spoil it right here, but I might later on. If you guys haven't watched it, you're watching this later on YouTube or live on Twitch, probably good to go back in the video and go watch that Serral Maru series first, as inevitably I'm going to be mentioning who they're playing in this series, and always good to watch in order. If you're watching on YouTube, maybe go to the playlist as well, so you can watch the whole tournament in order. But it's been a banger so far, hasn't it? Solar has no idea what's happening. Why? People proxy gate against Terran. Not so much against Zerg anymore. And 3-gate Zealot. He's going to squeeze a gas in behind so he can go into Cybercore and Adepts. I guess he goes with like 4 or 5. I think he goes with all 5 Zealots at once. And that's going to be really hard for Solar to deal with. And he only builds 2 Zerglings. He doesn't even build 4. Because Solar's really optimized his grid. He misses the Zealots! Solar! Luckiest player in the world. No, not like this. Come on, Solar. Solar was so close to beating Clem in the group stage. You got a bit unlucky. He's now going to see what's happening in a moment. He's already built a bunch more drones. The Zealots walking in. Solar going, what in the world is this? You've proxy gated in the middle of the 3-player map. Oh, you cheeky bastard. Solar in trouble right now. It's a lot of Zealots. He tries to build a spine in the back of the main base. The Naturals getting overwhelmed. The probe does get focused. He's going to be able to block the Queen. The Zealots all go after the Queen, though. Is that a bit of a mistake, guys? I feel like he should have gone in the main, where more of the mining was, to force a fight. 3 more Zealots are arriving. Cybercore's only now started. Hero's build is crazy, man. The pylon does have not too much surface area. The Queen's on the ramp. Can kite pretty well. They can shoot, pull back. Bringing those Zealots in behind them. The drones can, of course, body block, but they can't fight for long. With only 1 spine crawler, it's all about the Lings and the Ling speed kicking in. Solar thinks he's in the top left spawn because his Overlord scouted the empty natural and assumed he wasn't there. Solar's sent Lings to the other base. He's now pulling them back, but he's got to defend these Zealots first and foremost. The spine crawler gets caught moving. Oh, the Queens are in trouble. The transfuse on the spine does help out. The drones are trying to fight, but the moment you stand and fight with the Zealots, a lot of you do go down. Good pull away on the drones. The spine crawler will fall, but Ling speed's finished. It's a good hold. Honestly, that was a miraculous hold. A miraculous hold. Absolutely insane. Dude, that's crazy. That's actually crazy. Such a good hold there, Zell. Let's get up against the wall. Lings go for the surround. We do have Lings in the main base as well. Probes surround them, but there's actually not really a full surround. The Lings are going to kill 4 or 5 probes at least. And I think even with the deaths popping out, that's not enough damage. Solar with a clutch hold hangs on. All right, guys, we got Solar in the top right side of the map. It's going to be Old Republic map 2. A nice game 1 map victory. He's going to feel good about this. Heroes at the bottom left side of the map. Goes, wait, what is... Why aren't we walling off? Hero, what are you doing? Why? He's not even walling off on the high ground. Guys, is he just... What's the... Why? Oh, he's going to go Nexus before gas. Ooh. Is it Nightmare or Zaun who's been doing this? I think it's Nightmare does this a lot against, like... Then he goes double gas right after. I don't know if Hero's going to play double gas. Is Hero going to do a Hitman build? Is he going to do a Heart of the Swarm build? Is he going to do, like, a 1-gas 7-gate? Dude, guys, look, he hasn't chronoed. Guys, he's either doing a Charge Immortal or a Slow Zealot Immortal all-in. Or he's just doing a 7-gate proxy. Or maybe not. Chat says it's the parting PVT, but it kind of looks like the parting PVT. I don't know how this works in this matchup. Solar's up a game. Solar comes in as an underdog in this series. Hero's going to go for the most, a very delayed wall off here. He can build a gate and a cyber core, I think, to complete the wall off with a unit down there. It's honestly one of Hero's better wall offs. Wow. Oh, man. I mean, Hero is going to leave the wall open, so why build it? This way his probe doesn't have to spend as much time running back and forth. Oh, you guys are geniuses. You're absolutely right. And he's going to go Stalker first to deny the scout. Like, Solar sees the Nexus, but no wall off, and he's just kind of like squinting. He's like, Hero, what are you doing? Why are you so silly, man? Why are you so silly? You know, this is like the experience of playing hero in a tournament, guys. You know, StarCraft is so difficult if you don't know your opponent and their skill set and their range as a player. And players, like imagine, like, do you know how hard it would be to beat a guy like Showtime whose standard game is so well optimized? If you didn't know it was Showtime beforehand and you could adjust and be greedier against him and that sort of stuff. Problem with hero is he just goes in so many different, wildly different directions. Guys, that's not a wall off. Oh, this is never a wall off. He needs to seal it with another pylon, doesn't he? Right. I forgot. It's a 3-gate no-tech opening, and yet he's gone double gas. So he's mining 250 gas that he can't use, guys. Genius build order. He also lets the Zerglings in to scout the lack of tech. You can't be letting him scout the lack of tech. You should have pulled pros. Now he knows there's no Twilight or Stargate. Hero, what are we doing, man? The whole point of this build is at least keep him in the dark. Oh, no. Watch. Okay, so for those who don't know Solar and Hero's history, basically, Hero does dumb stuff, falls behind, and then wins anyway. This is like the Solar versus Hero. It's a tale as old as time. He's like, oh, you think I'm not going Stargate? Idiot. It's 2-star Phoenix, you dum-dum. 2-star. Do you think Oracle's or Phoenix, guys? Hero's been doing a lot more Oracle than Phoenix lately, but I kind of feel this is Phoenix. I don't know why I think this is Phoenix. That's to me what makes sense. But you guys let me know in chat, let your bets down. I was looking at chat because I see some pros in there and I was like, oh, maybe they know the build and they're going to be like, Pig, obviously it's this build. I read Rainer's comment and it's just WTF is Hero doing, bro? Okay. The pro Zergs are just as confused as I am. That's good. Any Protoss players who understand what this build is, I'd love to hear your analysis. I honestly think Hero got scouted and just pivoted. But like, it was so weird. And yeah, it's 2-star Oracle. Very cute. He watched like an old Wings of Liberty video and got inspired, says chat. That might actually be the best explanation of what we're watching. Oh, that third's easily cancelled if the Adepts aren't there, but they do move over. They should be able to just barely save it. Maybe not. Good cancel for Solar. And he's going to commit to the probe. Loses like 3 or 4 more lings for that. Maybe 5 more. The Adepts blocked a bit. Adepts are coming over. Remember, this looks scary. It's not Glaive Adept, guys. These are non-Glaive Adepts. Regular Zerglings beat these. If you can get enough of them in a good enough surround. The Roaches will help out. 41 drones for Solar. Solar's worried. So the problem with this build is the Zerg can get so confused. They actually overbuild army. And then they can't quite get ahead in the economy and you just transition to a normal game later. It's 2 Oracles into not using the Stargates, by the way, guys. This was 2 Stargates to build 1 out of each. He built 1 unit out of each Stargate, and now he's just building probes. Hero is actually a psychopath. Hero's just literally trying to confuse Solar. He's making sure that Solar's pattern recognition is ruined for the rest of this series. Now he drops a fleet beacon. I don't know if we're going to get that up in time. I feel like we should have built a Void Ray a little while ago, man. He's going to try and defend with just Adepts and Oracles, but the Roachling not going to commit. Okay. I guess he will go. It's got to be Carriers, but it's too late for Carriers or Tempest. Solar's already got a lair on the way. Interesting. Evo down as well. Oh, this is fun, man. How's Hero even with Solar? I don't know if I'd call this even. Economically, yes. And he's actually got a lot of units out. I mean, the thing is, you've built 3 Spores. You've built 6 Queens because you're worried about 2-star Oracle. And he just stops building Oracles, you know? It's hard not to overreact. Zerg is all about optimized responses. How the hell do you optimize responding to this nonsense? This is like such difficult play to judge. Roaches pop just in time in the main. The Oracle's doing some good damage. The Queens do arrive. The Roaches body blocking the Adepts a little bit, and they will shade away. 3 drones go down. The Oracles do escape. One of them barely alive on Reddit points. Oh, no! Solar accidentally goes walkabout with those drones for a little bit. Now he actually has to go walkabout to avoid these Adepts. And Solar is as confused as all of us, guys. I'm looking at Solar's face right now. This man has played against Hero for years. He understands. This is what he expected. Carriers, Forge, Batteries, and Twilight Council all on the way. So it's going to be Carriers into double Forge. So the best thing to do, guys, is Carriers, is you want to go double ground upgrades because they don't benefit from those. So it's a 300 IQ build for Hero to upgrade everything. He's going to make air attack upgrades for his Carriers and both ground upgrades and have no actual units. Like, this is actual genius. Like, this is honestly, do you guys remember the Day 9 clip? We're talking about mind games. I am actually getting those vibes right now from Hero. Where he's like, no, like what you do, you go for 4 gates and you show it to him and you let him scout it, but then you don't actually use any of the 4 gates. And then you just build 2 Nexus. It was like whatever the friggin' dumb joke. It's like, it's that level of just ridiculous. Mama! He's making Mama! Double ground upgrade mothership. What in the world are we looking at? Did he watch Cyril hold out the Twitch Plays Mana from yesterday? I think he watched Twitch Plays Mana. Rotterdam suggested Mana did a +2 armor mothership rush, which was one of the successful strategies. And this is a +1 ground armor mothership rush. So I don't think Hero understood what he was watching yesterday in Twitch Plays Mana. I don't think he understood. He was definitely watching in Twitch chat though. Dude, the thing is, like, how do you commit to anything as Solar? He's got 4 carriers out. He's gonna have a mothership and 4 carriers and some cannons and batteries. That's so hard to break with Hydras. I think if Solar commits with nothing but Hydra Rally from here, he might be able to overwhelm. But he's got to stutter step really nicely against the carrier interceptor, and the cannon battery actually makes it really hard to commit in. Solar's just going to go. Remember, Solar's specialty in this matchup is picking a brick and smashing it into his opponent's forehead. It's not a bad move. He's got to be decisive because he sees the carriers and he's like, what am I going to do against this man? Like, do I go now if I pull back? He started the Spire. The Hydras need to stutter step back and hold position. But I think there's too many interceptors. I don't think he has enough Hydras. Dude, the Hydras are kind of getting shredded, as are the Roaches. And Mama comes forward and she just wrecks the Hydras. Of course, Ling's getting the main, but the Oracle's there to deal with it. Solar has to go Spire. He has to drone, take gases, and play a longer game. And Solar does not want to do that. Now, for those who were watching my most recent Zerg ladder stream, this might look familiar. I swear I played like 5 people, and every time I was about to kill them with Hydras, and I was like, victory's within my grasp. Mothership would float out and ruin my day, and I was shouting at my stream. I was like, it's so stupid! And I think Solar's feeling the same way right now. He's like, why do you have a mother? I don't know how you did this. Why is this 9 adepts without upgrades? It's so... And Hero's just there. I'm surprised he's not grinning more. He just got away with some foul magic there. That was like proper brain-breaking strategy executed to perfection. All right, guys, go to the next one. Solar in the top left, Hero in the bottom right. And we have a funny story, actually. Raina's in chat, and me and him were both kind of going, a bunch of people in chat, they're like, how is Hero not laughing at the end of that game? And Raina said, hey, you know, Pig, after I managed to beat Raina with that 12 pull in the group stage, I actually tabbed out. So for those who don't know, he says to our camera room, basically, they can actually see each other's cameras on the browser that they join. So they can both see each other if they want to. Not each other's screen, but just the camera view, right? So he tabbed out and he saw that Hero was just laughing like maniacally after losing to Raina's 12 pull. And Raina was just like, what the hell, man? And then he started cracking up as well. So they were both just like laughing, looking at each other in the camera. Like that's the joy that Hero brings to StarCraft, guys. This is why we love Hero. It's, you know, someone was trying to roast me before. They're like, oh, Pig's gonna be mad. His boy Cyril's, you know, he's struggling, he's losing. And I was just like, dude, I mean, I'm so mad that, you know, Maru and Cyril isn't predictable anymore. And it's like actually exciting back and forth games where I never know who's gonna win. Like, what a disappointment. I mean, I just hate watching Hero versus Dark, right? The most unpredictable StarCraft you get. No, that's what we want. That's the real reason people get mad when someone's too dominant is just because we don't like watching predictable outcomes, right? It's like when, you know, like Clem gets to endgame in TVP, it's a little bit dull right now because the man is just unstoppable. If he gets to endgame TVP, you're like, oh no, Clem's going to trade 30,000 resources better than the opponent while like EMP blanketing them and spamming his lives on them and just never getting hit by a disruptor or a storm, you know? But it's just, we love unpredictability, and Hero is unpredictability in the sickest package ever. There we go. It's so funny as well, because even when Hero had a pretty dominant record versus Dark, you'd ask him, and I'd be like, how's it feel? Like, you've actually been really getting ahead, and you guys head to head. How's it feel? And Hero would just be like, oh, I hate playing Dark. Every time I interviewed him about it, he's like, I hate playing Dark. Dark, no matter what I think he's doing, he's always doing something different. He always surprises me. And I was just like, you know how that's how every Zerg feels playing against you, right? And Hero just kind of like, yeah, Like, you know, he just smiles and laughs. Hero is very aware of how he plays StarCraft. Sometimes you get a player who's a bit weird, does weird styles, and he'll act like it's the most solid, well-rounded, safe thing in the world. Hero absolutely knows his whole style is throwing his opponent off, gambling, catching them here, you know, doing a surprising tech switch, committing to an attack players wouldn't expect him to and catching them off guard. And he absolutely owns it and loves it, you know. Famous comment from him: my goal in StarCraft isn't so much to play the safest way to win the game, it's to try and harass my opponent to make them as annoyed as possible. And as long as I'm doing that, I'm having fun, and I count it as a win, basically. It's something to that effect. I'm misparaphrasing it a bit, but the essence was I just want to harass and annoy my opponents. That's what I love in StarCraft, and that's all I'm here for. If my opponent's like annoyed by how I'm playing, I'm winning. Lings are on the way. Solar's, of course, an amazing timing attack player, so blocking him into taking a third is scary, because that could prompt Solar to queen walk across this pretty short rush distance, and you're probably going to take this third at the front, and then he could get over here really quick with a queen Ravager walk. So Hero's got to be really careful that he hasn't just prompted Solar into doing the sort of build that could punish him if he's a bit too greedy, just going, say, double or triple Oracle into charge, which he likes to do. I think this would probably be a good map, good spawn for Blink follow-up. Oh, he gets 3 drones already. Great play there for Hero. That was really well done. I think those queens could have moved forward and intercepted that Oracle just a little bit earlier. Normally, you lose 2 drones. It's the 3rd drone that's nice for Hero. Twilight Council goes down. I think it's Blink. There's usually a little bit more of a focus on the +1 when players play Charge. Hero is blue, but he's red on camera. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. That's my fault. Sorry, I shouldn't have let them swap there. My bad. Oracle comes in for 2 more drones. I'll try to flip it back so the rest of this... So this is the one game that's the exception, all right? We'll try to keep Hero red and Solar blue for the rest of the series. Thanks for pointing that out. Lair does start. 443. Uh-oh. Drone transfer. And this Spore is kind of dicey in its place. I want to see that Spore in the middle of that mineral line, maybe. I guess the idea is he's rarely coming from the inside of your base, is he? It makes sense. 2 more gases on the way. This looks like a quick Hydra timing from Solar. Forge comes in now. It is indeed a Blink opening. 4-gate Blink. Yeah, we might see a 60 drone Hydra Ling attack. 5 gases. Evo Chambers on the way, though. That's more of a sign of a macro game. Oh, Oracle gets cornered. I mean, what's he up to, guys? Like 7 drones? 6 drones, 6 Zerglings, 1 Overlord. No Protoss units have died yet. So good at hunting those Zerglings down, isn't he? He's going to go forwards. 8 Stalkers, 2 Oracles. Not a bad force. +1 starts behind it. Chronoing Blink. Blink's not quite ready yet. This is a very early pressure. Hydroden's just started. It's going to force Solar to mass Zerglings and pull his queens to the front, which is kind of annoying. Hero doesn't want to get surrounded. Trima gets cleaned up. 4th hatchery's on the way. It still feels like... I mean, he's not got the 6th gas. I do wonder if Solar tries to turn this into a timing. Against Blink, it's really hard to pull off. 6 gateways on the way. No sign of a Templar Archives or a Robo just yet. The Adept's going to go down, but only 1 Ling able to attack it at a time. And I honestly don't know if getting into the base is as much of a win against Hero as it is against anyone else. Nice hatchery cancel there. And this really pushes Solar into being even more focused on maybe doing a timing, but actually he builds an infestation, but I think Solar's just trying to hang in here and survive, and it's last tab looking really good. Hero's kind of in bully mode. Solar has to take a new 4th up north. A new 4th up north. 8 gateways, 9 gateways. Ooh, gateway man. This is classic Hero, guys. He's gone 6 gas pretty early, but despite that, he's playing gateway man. Kind of a mishmash there. Normally, you stay a bit lower and get a quick 4th if you're playing 9-gate Zealot Stalker, but Hero's just one of these guys who just plays by feel, and that's going to allow him to go 9-gate and then still add Storm behind it. Hard to predict what he's going to do next. Hive coming in with a Lurkaden. Now, optimizing gas timings is for lesser Protoss players. Stalker's coming forward. I mean, as much as we make fun of Hero's route there for being weird, the chatters are making a good point. he just takes alternate routes to the same very good, solid endgame state. It's not like Hero he doesn't stay crazy forever. He takes crazy routes to get there, but he knows how to play solid in the late game. Contaminate comes in, delays the storm that's not even started. Does at least delay it starting, though. Zealots are running in massive Zealot run by. So many in the main in the natural, man. Stasis Trap freezes the drones. I mean, that kind of protects the drones, to be fair. I mean, Solar might actually thank him for that. But on the front, can he defend at the same time? Hydra's with the Queen. Looks like they will be able to hold on. Lurkaten goes down. He starts a new one. But only 4 drones. I mean, this could have been a lot worse for Solar. Second Stargate fleet beacons on the way. Hero still has not started his... Oh, the Hydras need to move in. Spawning pool goes down as well. He hasn't started his storm. I think, does Hero realize he hasn't started storm? He's made a High Templar, but remember it was contaminated. You can't start it when it's contaminated. So he might have selected the hotkey or something and tried to. Oh, but these Hydras get jumped on. That's a really decisive push. Every Hydra that goes down is super crucial. Solar has a nice little worker advantage, but if you're losing all your Hydras, it doesn't really matter. 2,000 resources better trading here for Hero. Does start a 4th base. It's a late 4th, but better late than never. Stalker's blinking away. I think so much about the finals of Thunderfire. Hero versus Raynor was such a crazy series because there was multiple moments where my instincts kicked in and I said, oh, cool, this is where you just make Storm and defend. And there was multiple games where Hero like refused to make Storm. And he said, no, I'm going to make Immortal Archon Zealot and then I'll go Mothership. Like, he'd just do weird stuff like this. He's just like, no, Storm's for losers. Or he'd be like, okay, you're ahead. You just need to survive. The Zerg has to go all in. You've just got to survive. And then Hero would go and attack on creep and get his army killed. And the thing is, I just feel like Hero has more lives than other players, where he often will go into a fight where you think, oh, that's not a good call. No, don't do that. But he's so good at defending the counter, and it's just wild how good he is at not fully throwing the game. And this is the reason Hero wins tournaments recently. It's not like the reason he's so much more dominant at the moment, smashing Maru in that online tournament as well, winning Thunderfire. It's purely because he just throws less games. Like, he'll still throw away engagements, he'll do weird, crazy things, but he very rarely loses the game because he still finds a way he puts himself behind and then just brings it back. Zergling gets in. Solar does not see the mothership, unfortunately. Solar does not have a Spire. He'd 100% want a Spire if he knew that was the case. Lurkers are really good against this ground army. It's a ground-pounding, meaty army for Protoss. He's got a pack of Lurkers here. There's no detection. Oh, there's an Oracle. If that Oracle tags him, he can just jump on it. You know, if Hero... Oh, dude, these are unsupported Lurkers. Oh, no. Oh, you know Hero's going to go for... Oh, actually, he didn't get all of them. There are 2 Lurkers that aren't hit, but I still think Hero goes for it. Oh, I mean, that first Lurker volley was crazy, though. Oh, no, Hero. Okay, maybe not. I think if Hero spread out, like, if he just ran a single Zealot this way, and then his army came in from behind, every Lurker shot would have missed. He's going to recall his army into the Lurker Hydra. Absolute mad lad. Hero, he's got observers there. He's clearing up the Lurkers. The time was pretty good. The Zealot Archon just going ham. The Lurkers scramble down here to defend. Solar trying to hang on. Hero going for a massive A move. Storm is for losers. It's Zealot Archon with a couple of Immortals and Stalkers and a Mothership recall in your face. Time Warp. Deadly. Hero was quite far ahead in that game. Not going to lie, but a very stylish way of finishing it off. All right, guys. Hero, has he been traumatized by these 12-pool drone pools? He's walling off on the high ground. Gas first, high ground wall off. Oh, we got to change the colors back. All right. Hero's red for the rest of this series. All right, let's fix that. There we go, guys. Hero in the bottom right, Solar in the top left. And hopefully we can keep these colors for the rest of this series. My man. Pig, will you make a StarCraft 2 campaign playthrough? Fun time to ask that question in the middle of a big event like this. We have played through the Nightmare custom campaigns, and we will be starting, actually, the Protoss one. The final Nightmare. It's a modded campaign that gives about 10,000 times the units. It's incredibly hard. And we'll be playing that after this tournament's over. I think two days after this tournament, we'll play that. This is an awesome bit. So you know what Hero's doing, guys? He's realized he always lets units in his wall. This way he's got wall number 1 and wall number 2. This is Florencio style StarCraft. He's literally setting himself up to have layers of redundancy. So when they see one wall open, they get in. But then they run up and they realize there's another open wall. And then they run through that. And then Hero goes, oh, damn, you're in my main base anyway. And I just think basically Hero is just setting up jokes for us. Like, there's going to be multiple Ling run bys in this series where there's 2 open walls. It's going to be so funny. Like, he's already just setting up the memes. Hero is such a legend, dude. It does give you a good fallback point if you get all in. So it is actually really good if you're going to deal with a really crazy fast early all in. But I don't really see Hero struggling with that because he has oracles, you know? Hero doesn't quite have the full Florencio. Florencio would have a cannon behind the main mineral line as well. That's true. That is true. Gas. Third base. Solid opening for Solar. Solar will look for mutas at some point in this series. Taito's a giant map. It's a hard map to finish a Protoss player. If there's ever a map to Nidus all in or go super greedy into mutas, this is the map for it. I think as the Protoss, Hero should have in his mind, there's a very high likelihood the Zerg does something a bit cheesier, gambles a bit more on this map because of how good it is for Protoss to defend those 3 and 4 bases. I believe this is a Zerg map. Against Terran, where Zerg wants to defend and have as much space between them as the opponent, yes. Against Protoss, where Protoss is the upper hand in the late game, it switches around. So it depends on the matchup. If you think you're way better in the late game than your opponent, then you would want to do it. But Solar is a mid-game guy. Hero can play every stage of the game. So he's going to be favored against Solar in the late game because Solar just doesn't really play late game against Protoss. There's an argument like maybe Peak Serral in this matchup, you know, wants to go to late game against Hero. Hero's a bit disorganized in late game. That Overlord, he doesn't even go for it. The Void Ray wants the Overlord on this side, and then he'll come back and kill this one. That's super cute. He's not getting distracted by the Zergling. Solar's like, oh god, get the Overlords out of here, man. He's got to pull these Overlords back. That Overlord's still sticking pretty far out as well, as is this one. Solar's Overlords. I normally criticize Solar for having his Overlords a bit not as far out and not covering the edges, but this time he's actually got them really far out, and if the Void Ray kept hunting, he would find a few more, but I think he just knows the Void Ray is going to go back for this guy, so fair enough. Solar's already building 2 more Overlords. I think he probably needs to squeeze 1 or 2 more in as well. He's going around this bottom side as well. Oh, Forge. Forge, Twilight, Gateway Wall off at 420. That's sick, man. How often do you see a Protoss take a third and then wall his natural with his Forge and his Twilight Council? You know, these buildings are kind of fragile as well. It's like, I think 900 total hit points and shields for the Twilight and only 800 for the Forge. Those would actually be pretty juicy pickoffs later on in this game. Yeah, Ovi speed. Okay, so Solar's going to do a really generic, just Queen drop Roach Ravager Zergling all in. It's not my favorite for this map, but it's still a very committed push. You can absolutely catch a player off guard, especially if he opens Void Ray Double Oracle. Is so greedy. Remember, Raynor caught off Hero with this in the group stage. Oh, Links around's juicy. Good recall for Hero. He'll save 3. 3 of the Adepts. One of them just barely died before it got out. 2 Oracles in the main base. Charging +1 on the way. Oracle's going into that main base. He does see a missing gas. That in of itself doesn't really tell you anything. It's the lack of a 4th base, as well as the potential lacking drones on these 2 expansions. That would be a bit of a bigger tell. That Revelation's going to delay the push, because he wants to load these Queens up and go. The Lings try to run in. It's a lot of Zerglings to start. It's mass Roach, Queen, and then more Zerglings will come behind this. Notice how Hero doesn't know about it. The Queens are just trying to deny. If he tags the Queens again, Solar just has to go. Solar's trying to be sneaky and hide it for a little bit longer. But now he has to go. Yeah, he's like, I can't wait any longer. The Oracle's coming again. Very clever play for Hero. Tagging the Queens. Is it enough, though? He's got an Immortal on the way. He's trying to build another Oracle. So it's Void Ray into 4 Oracles. Oh, dude, he's got nothing. He literally got nothing except air units, and the Queens counter the air units. Solar! Oh, God, you got to unload. You got to unload. You got to unload. Oh, the Overlord's going to go down. That's huge. Solar reacts a little bit slowly, but he's got a new Overlord. That can drop creep, allowing the Queens to move forward. The Oracles go for the Ravagers. Solar should pull back to the Queens, I think. He loses 2 Ravagers. A little bit slow in the pullback there. I think Solar's could have saved the first Overlord if he dropped a bit quicker, and he could have saved one of those Ravagers. But I still think this is a vicious timing. Hero caught so unprepared for this. The Oracles are healing with the batteries a little bit, but the battery's out of juice. The Void Ray dies, as does one Oracle. The Biles catch not only the cannons, but also the Oracles. This is exactly like Hero versus Raynor in the group stage. Hero played the greediest build ever. Void Ray into triple Oracle. And he even went 6 gases in that game against Reina as well. And same thing happened. If you got 2 Zealots and an Adept, you cannot defend a committed ground push like this. It's just way too greedy. He ended up building a 5th air unit in an attempt to hold. The air units are not the answer to this push. It's all about your forces on the ground. And that's a brilliant push there for Solar. Should be able to take him down. Solar's going to tie up this series. After the drawn-out late games of Maru versus Cyril, it's kind of nice to just get 2 players step into a phone booth, pull out their knives, and just go all offense, no defense. All right, guys. It's tied up 2-2. Solar, the mid-game king. He's a master of timing attacks. But he's now going on to White Rabbit, a map where I would not be surprised to see Hero go Tempest. I saw Hero go Tempest on this map. Actually, was that against Solar, guys? I remember there was a map where he went Tempest, and then the Zerg went around. It was opposite spawns. And he tried to shove his Tempest across the map, even though he saw the Ravager Ling walk. He saw the Queen walk, and instead of stopping to defend it, he went around to go snipe hatcheries. And left himself wide open at home. It was a crazy response for Hero, but we'll see how it goes, guys. White Rabbit's a pretty big-sized map. Hero will go for the low-ground wall-off now. I don't think there's any chance of a 12 pool in a series where he's being this greedy. Now, this is hatchery before Overlord, guys. Very quick hatchery into another Overlord. Now, some people will play 17 pool and then gas after this. This is the modern sort of / a laser build. And I think we've seen Cyril and the Basilisk boys pick it up. I don't know if it's made its way over to Sol yet. Sol's usually the first Korean because he's got very good English, hangs out with, talks to, plays with a lot of the foreigners. He's usually one of the first to pick up on these European special openings, but it looks like this is... And he goes, I think he went 18, but it was still pool before gas. But that's really good because it means the queens aren't as delayed. Actually, it might have been 17. No, I think it was 18. Either way, very nicely done. Yeah, he's doing the quick pull. So this is I think a better opening in this scenario because if you do wait for 18 gas 17 pull, your queens are just so delayed. It feels a bit awkward. Hero with the Gate Scout just harassing the minerals. He's got the Nexus, Cybercore, second gas on 21. Queues up one more probe, and then on 100 minerals, he should build a second pylon here. He's going to build it right at the front. This will spot really well for Nidus Worms. It'll also allow you to have massive production space. You can build so many buildings on that one pylon. I do really like having one pylon in the main like that. Problem is, if you do get cheesed, it's very far from your mineral line, which means it can be depowered without your probes defending it. Just a warning, guys. Please easy on the balance line. I know I was very caught up in the previous Cyril Maru series, but yeah, I've been encouraging my mods to start timing people out and stuff. Generally, we have a belief there is no balance winding as a general rule in my chat. I know I don't always get to pay attention to it in these bigger epic games, but yeah, it just kills the vibes when there's a bunch of people whining about the results during ladder games. It's 99% skill in StarCraft 2. Balance does matter. You can go talk about it on the forums. You are allowed. It's not like there's a blanket rule on like you can't discuss things being strong or weak. But if you guys just want to whine constantly, that's a problem. And there's, well, how do you define whining? When is it discussing and when is it whining? Using my social skills. If you don't have any social skills, if you lack them, just don't talk about balance. Don't take the risk. If you've got high social IQ, high social skill, you can probably risk having a bit of a discussion. Oh, I think these Oracle openings are really dominant. You can start a bit of a discussion. Go for it. You go, man, Hero's really dominant. Like, blah, blah, blah. Is it because of the power of this? But if you don't have those social skills, play it safe. Play it safe and just keep your lips sealed. If I sound a bit more aggressive than normal, it's because all my regular people in the chat who have fun discussions and good vibes have been much quieter during some of these series because the annoying people won't shut up. And no one wants to talk when it's just a room full of people crying their eyes out. Nice Adept Shade into the main base, guys. 2 drones already. Got one on the natural and one in the main. Focus firing that low hit point Adept, though, is a really good move. Can he get it before this Shade finishes? Yes, he can. He's going to commit. Can he Spore Trick here? Solar, great Spore Trick. But he probably loses one more. Oh, brilliant Spore Trick. And, oh, he still loses the drone there. GG's. I'm saying GG for the drone. Obviously, he's not losing the game. Pretty good defense for Solar. He does clean up 2 Adepts. 3 drones is not too bad. He does cancel the Spores. I'm always tempted to keep the Spore alive in that scenario. But, probably rebuild it now. Yeah, he rebuilds it now. It's probably worth just keeping it. It is what it is. The instinct is to cancel. And you're like, oh, wait, actually, this is late enough. I might as well rebuild it. I've done that many a time. Ling's coming in. The Adepts are there in the wall off. Stalker in the natural. Forge comes in. Guys, this is triple Oracle into Forge. So it's definitely a charge opening. He wants that +1, so his Zealots two-shot Zerglings. The Oracles, are they just taunting the Queens? I feel like, I don't know, could you guys, sorry, let me just tap into the audio feed. They're like, you're fat and ugly, come and get us, you cannot. I always knew these were French Oracles. Cleverly hiring Clem's cousins to drive your Oracles, always a good idea. They'll both shout insults while microing perfectly. Oh, gets in there, he's gonna take out 3 drones. Oh, and then, oh, hey, easy there, boys. They do pull back. Ling distraction on the other side of the map. There is a shield battery, 2 Adepts, and 1 Oracle at home. The Lings have to back away. No, what are you doing? Hero's doing a +1 armor glaive Adept timing. Oh my god. Hero, you absolute degenerate. What in the fudge? It's not a misclick, I guarantee you, because glaive, the thing is, +1 doesn't help against drones and Zerglings, and he wants to be fighting drones and Zerglings. Armor helps a lot against drones, Zerglings, and Queens. Problem is, there's going to be roaches out, and this is the latest glaive Adept timing ever. Has he seen the roach? He's seen the roach warren. He should have canceled this, dude. This is so ridiculous. This is so he's so, dude. I'm telling you, he watched Twitch Plays Mana yesterday, and he's like, yeah, I can do this. There's once again, it's the same push for Solar. He's basically just banking on Hero going, oh, you wouldn't do the same thing 2 games in a row. Now, Adepts can defend the Zerglings really well. I think Adepts can just defend this. Just simply because he's massing units on 6 gates. As long as he doesn't commit a shade into like a massive roaches or something, and Solar has to fall back. And the thing is, Hero has a really subpar army for fighting, but he's up 13 workers. And this is mostly a Zergling all-in with a bunch of Queens and Ravagers. And Ling's just useless against this count of Adepts. So, like, he actually just needs to build another 15 Roaches and Roach Speed. And he doesn't even have Roach Speed started. Hero, if he transitions into anything that's actually good now, he just forces Solar to stay at home. Because the Adepts, they got +1 armor, man. They're immune to Zerglings. What are you Zerglings gonna do? Guys, do Adepts have a base armor? I know Zealots have a base armor. So Adepts must have one as well, right? Does that mean they'll only take 3 damage a hit from these unupgraded Zerglings? Yeah. So what is that? It's going to take like, they've got 70 hit points. So like 23 hit point, 24 attacks. Once the shields are gone, it'll take 24 attacks for a Zergling to kill 1 Adept. It's actually so tanky. There's an immortal building, and Robo is so smart. Dude. Ling drop comes in, Stalker's warp in, it's shut down. He's going to go +2 armor, second Forge +1, and he's going to get a few disruptors to deal with the Roach Ravager mass that'll come. Maybe a Colossus. I don't think he needs a Colossus because he's already got the Adepts that ruin light units. If he builds disruptors, actually it's really good. Immortals, disruptors, both amazing. Only 1 Robo for Hero. He does see the all-in coming. Solar just wants to make it happen right now. I think Hero will recall in a moment. He's got nothing in the natural. No wall off. Oh gosh. It's a lot of Lings. The Queen, though, she's kind of walling off the ramp there. Kind of working in favor of the Protoss a little bit. The stasis. Oh, I love the stasis to wall off the natural, but he does get stuck in there. Biles trying to come forward. A few of the Stalkers, 3 Stalkers go down to Biles, but now the Adepts are coming back, and I think the Adepts can overwhelm this man. Like I said, the Lings are going to be near worthless against these +1 armor Adepts. The Ravagers and Queens trying to fight with Transfuse, but the Lings are just getting rinsed, man. They can't do anything. The delayed glaive Adept timing, the Hero special with +1 armor. It does kind of hard counter Solar's build. Solar goes for the same build 2 games in a row, goes to the Mind Game. The Ling drop actually cleaning up Hero's main. Hero's losing a lot of economy, but he's got such a sick army. With he's going to have 1-2 upgrades. Even with 16 probe kills, I don't think in this scenario it's going to matter. Oh, no! He tried to buy all the Adepts and he got his own roaches. Blue on blue. It's a blue on blue, guys. Friendly fire. Oh, no. Who called in the artillery strike on our own friendlies? I don't know. They looked like Protoss units, okay? I mean, he's pretty screwed. I don't think there's anything he could have done to win here. Just a kind of funny little bit of friendly fire in the midst of the chaos. When you get desperate, that's when the friendly fire happens, man. That's when the friendly fire happens. The Adepts do come in. And they are going to shade into the natural as well. Drones getting ransacked. The Stalker Immortal and the natural going to be pushing through. The Adepts are just smashing, man. Roach Speed still not done this deep in the game. And the Immortals, one with 15 kills, one with 7 kills. Oracle's just been a nuisance as well. Colossus are now out. There's one at home, second on the way with the extended thermal lance, and really smooth play here for Hero. He's just been pretty good in the opening. I always feel like just not falling behind against Hero in the first 6 minutes for almost all Zergs is an impossible feat, and even for the best, the Solars, the Serals, the Rainers, the Rogues, the Darks, it's still like 50-50 to get through the opening unscathed. And when he gets through the opening well, I mean, the fact that he had that many Adepts off 6 gate, plus 1 armor, and like a 13 probe advantage, that's just, Hero is just very good at StarCraft. He plays weird, but he plays friggin' good. All right, guys, Hero in the bottom right side, 3 wins, Solar, 2 wins. Solar is up against the wall. He needs to dig deep. Hero is going to go for the gateway on the high ground. Is this purely because of the 12 pool trauma, guys? If anyone knows, let me know. Is it because of that? You know what, by the way, guys? I just realized I've actually had my scroll speed a little bit high. Oh. All day today. There we go, that's a bit better. Cybercore coming in a second gas. No wall off on the main or the natural. It's kind of smart. Like, if you want to play super greedy, this way your probe doesn't have to run as far. And if you don't mind your build order being janky, which Hero absolutely does not mind, this is kind of cool, man. Overlord's floating in right now. Spawning pool coming up in the back. 2 queens on the way. Now, I do think Solar going for that same build 2 games in a row on the bigger maps was a bit wild. But he was just hoping it would catch him off. Got him 1 game, worked 1, didn't work the next. Now we're on 10,000 feet. It's a smaller map. But I think Solar's prioritizing surprise over anything else, right? You guys heard his interview before the series started. Yeah, guys, warning, just because I made a dumb, gross joke. Trust me, you guys do not have tone in chat. You do not have inflection. And even I pulled it back straight away. That is not permission. Remember, I'm always allowed to say things a bit edgier than you guys, and even I reined it in, and then you guys went much grosser. Rein it in now, or you will get banned out and banned and timed out. Sorry, guys. I apologize. It's my, like I said, I do set the mode for the chat. But trust me, when I say something, you can at least tell I'm being silly. We do not get that intonation. We do not get that context on your voice or anything like that when you guys are saying things. So when you guys start describing that sort of stuff, it's, yeah. Rules for me and not for ye. Queen's there, 6 drones. Twilight Council does go down. It's going to be a 3-gate Glaive Adept. I love a 3-gate Glaive Adept with no Robo, guys. What's really cool about this build is you can take a quick third because you save so much minerals on the 250 mineral Warp Prism, the 150, is it 150? Yeah, 150 Robo. That's a Nexus, a Robo plus a Warp Prism, right? But you can still do a pretty sharp pressure here. Warp Gate's transforming. Graves has not started. He starts a 3rd Nexus at 340. Ah, it's the fake Twilight build, of course. Has he forgotten to use it? No? Okay, he's starting it now. It's a bit late. Oh, that Overlord doesn't see it. He could have come in and seen it. I mean, I think he can assume anyway. He's going Rochefort in second gas. There's 5 Adepts. But going with the early Adept pressure, he's going to force a lot of Zerglings. And then Solar's going to want a drone to catch up on economy. And then he'll hit with the real attack later with a lot of actual Adepts. And Zerglings are bad against that. So the real trick with this is he tries to force the Zerg to build a lot of the wrong units. And then over-drone and not have enough roaches. It's a really tricky build. Catches a lot of Zerg players off guard. I actually really love this opening. The way Hero's done this is really tricky to read and get the hang of. He's going to see the Twilight now, so he should realize, oh, okay, mass roach, go, go, go. As we're going to see 11 Adepts with Glaives. Robo, 3rd gas coming in behind it. Probe production, relatively consistent. Solar's economy is very low, only 38 drones. And these Adepts getting their shade in relatively deep. This is going to be hard to defend, man. Depth shading in, 3rd base is open. So far, good defense, but the worker advantage, 9 worker advantage now for Hero. Oh, and look at that, he can 2-shot units now. This is where Hero gets out of control. The Lings out of position. They should have been on top of the shade. Solar doesn't quite have the numbers. His Roaches pause for a moment. His Lings cannot engage here, these Adepts. Oh, Solar just wasn't quite ready for this. This is what I'm talking about, man. It's so hard to defend this sort of play. And I think that's a pretty wise recall. You've built yourself a 16 worker advantage. You've got Immortals now. Blink on the way. You just warp in Stalkers, add a Forge. 20 worker advantage. Solar has to go all in on Hatchery Tech. And that means Ravager Ling. Guys, what are Lings not good against? Glaive Adepts. There's no way this works. Unless Hero throws away his Adepts. Because Lings, they're good against Probes, they're good against Immortals, they are useless against the Adepts. Roaches move forward. Hero the Mad Lad, he could even shade past. If he's crazy, he could ball these up against the edge and try to fight the Lings. He goes in the middle! He's like, have a surround. I've got so many Adepts, I don't care. There's only one Ravager there. It lands a sick Bile. Another Bile lands, but the Lings just get shredded. Absolute Mad Lad. Hero just knows with that number of Glaive Adepts, Zerglings are worthless. I mean, this is crazy. The drones have to turn to fight. And the Glaive Adepts, man, off of this little Adept pressure. And the thing is, Solar over-respected the first pressure, guys. That's what happened. The first 5 Adepts did not have Glaives, and yet he forced like 25, 30 Zerglings out. And then Solar was a bit too low on drones, couldn't afford a lair, barely could afford the Roaches. And the recall was just so well done. And now Solar sees an Immortal, and he's going to feel his heart sink. That Immortal is a big problem. Then again, wait, has he not made any new Adepts? Where are the Adepts? He's got no anti-Zergling. The Lings are going to tank well against the Immortals, but I think with the Probe pull, the cannons and the batteries coming up, it's hard to get through. Cancels the battery there. Or the cannon, whichever one it was. Beautiful play. I think it was a cannon. Oh, the cancels on the buildings to save the money. Really nicely done by Hero. He's still up 15 workers. The Immortals, one of them goes down. Solar somehow making a play of this. I do not know how this is this close. I feel like Hero should have absolutely mauled this push. But I still think he's got enough to hold on. The Biles trying to land on those warping in units. But it's not enough of a rally off 26 drones. GG. Hero's going to finish off the series. Really well played for Hero. He's going to survive and progress to the next step to play against Serral.